Hello, about to play the first round of a Champions of Kamigawa draft, and I would like to play first. Triple Champions, that is. I think this is pretty good. We don't have any of our lower drops, but we're on the play, and we can still play a 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop, which I like. And these two are like, this is one of our few creatures that doesn't have flying, so giving it fear will be better than giving most creatures fear, so it's nice having them together. Chances are okay, too, that we draw a second, a 2-drop or, another 2-drop, but we didn't. But we did draw that guy, who I'm pretty happy to draw. Not going to give my opponent the info that we're playing in black yet, because why should I? We do need to draw some land someday. He's going to be Cutthroat. Not great against us, so there is that. There's a 5th land. We'll play our Kami of the Waning Moon, which probably means it's not that good against him. So we kind of even that out, I guess. We take 2. All right, River Kaijin, you can lock down the ground. So I'm just going to go ahead and attack for 1 in the air, and then play Soratami Mirror Guard. And in my turn, so we got 4 in the air all of a sudden. We take 2 here, of course. The other guy has fear. See what our opponent has for us. Feral Deceiver, okay. Hey, there's Gifts Ungiven. Alright, I think we get in for 4 in the air. I think I play Scuttling Death here. And we'll give this fear. What does this one do? Yeah, not that useful in our deck other than being a 3/1 flyer. I wish this were the days when damage could be stacked, but it's not. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to take a 5 here, go to 11. That's a problem. Except for I can give fear to things, so it's not as much of a problem. Alright, so I'm going to play Sire of the Storm here. Who should I give fear to? That's the question. My 3/1 or my 4/2? 4 is more damage. Last time I checked. Yeah, we'll give him fear. And we'll swing for 4. I think that's all. So we're up to, we have 11 damage. I mean, he's not going to be attacking with his Kumo. I think that much is clear. Okay. Shows what I know. All right, well, I'm going to block the Kumo with my Rain Shaper. And take 5 here. And maybe more. Could be more if he has land on top of his library. But killing this before it has a Soul Shift trigger seems pretty good. And its secondary ability is not super relevant. Kodama's Reach could be, or Kodama's Might rather, could be the trick our opponent's about to play on us. Which would hurt pretty badly. Yeah. So that hurts. Puts us at 4. Yeah, I probably should have gifted for my removal. I'm going to have to kill this Cutthroat with this guy. Ooh, Devouring Greed for the win. Oh no, not quite the win. Nice. Our opponent didn't sacrifice enough things, so we're still alive. So now we can kill this with Scuttling Death and slowly try to pull ahead. So I wonder why that didn't kill me. 2 life plus 2 life. I think we are the recipient of a glitch because 2 plus 2 is 4. We were at 4. He sacrificed 1 spirit. So, yeah, I mean, it's not the best way to win, but, I mean, we still haven't won anyway. So, yeah, that's what happened. A glitch. I mean, I don't know what else could have happened. Yeah, and I think that's also why our opponent yeah, he's right. He should file for reimbursement. He is correct. Okay, well, what do I want to do now? I think we swing with everything. I think I'm going to play my River Kaijin first. We will draw a card. Awesome. I was kind of hoping I'd draw a land so then I could just play another dude, which is pretty gross right now. We'll give this Fear. All right, so now we're going to swing with everything, and then I'm going to have to sacrifice Scuttling Death to kill that. Well, actually, I don't have to at this point, because I can just block it with my Gibbering Kami. But it's probably the smart thing to do while he doesn't have mana for like Kodama's Reach. Like, although if he has removal or he has Kodama's Reach, then I can still Scuttling Death in response. Like my Kami can block this, so I think I leave my 4/2 in play for now. Hopefully we don't get wrecked because of that. He does have 2 cards. I mean, one could be removal and one could be pump. Okay. Yeah, we won game 1 because of a glitch, so not the best way to win, but at least it meant we were just a step behind our opponent. So we know he has Devouring Greed, which is a scary card, but obviously it's worse than it's supposed to be right now because it's glitched. But still, that's something to keep in mind. It means he has lots of spirits, so we definitely don't want Ren Spirit coming out. I think we just leave our deck as is. Yep. Good old glitches. Magic Online, so good. Okay, well, I think I like this hand. We got 2 2-drops, a 3-drop who can give fear to them, which is relevant. Again, they're one of the few creatures we have without flying, and a removal spell that can kill several of the creatures in his deck, so I feel pretty good about it. And the Cruel Deceivers also can potentially trade with anything. They're like really bad versions of that 2-mana 2/1 with Death Touch from the Dragons of Tarkir. Hand of Silumgar, that's what it was. Because you have to pay 2, and then the card on top of your library has to be a land for it to actually have the Death Touch, basically. So it's not great. Cutthroat. All right, so I'm going to play a Cruel Deceiver here. Ren Spirit can in fact not kill a Cutthroat. Nice thing about Nezumi Cutthroat is you never really have to think about whether or not you're going to swing. I mean, sometimes you do. I mean, I guess on this board there's a little thinking to be done, but all right, so we're going to get in with our Cruel Deceiver. I'm trying to decide if I want to play Cruel Deceiver number 2 or Kami of the Waning Moon. Fear's not so good right now, although this guy can't block anyway. But it is another fly. It is more flying damage, for what that's worth. But the creature he has right now can't block anyway. So is Cruel Deceiver actually better? So is he about to get Ren Spirited? No. Alright. I don't know. I think doing the most of the can with my mana probably makes sense. So I'm going to play Kami of the Waning Moon. Who, by the way, his Fear ability did end up being relevant in the last game. Because I had my 4-2 in play. So, getting that Sire of the Storm out there would feel pretty nice. Alright, looks like our opponent is attacking us with his Cutthroat again. I would guess. Well, he is thinking about it. I would not trade my Kami for it right now, though. Even knowing the explosive damage he can potentially do with various things. Yeah, I will take it. He does have creatures with reach, so Fear is very relevant. That is a nice draw I'm pretty happy with. Let's go ahead and swing for 3. See if our opponent has a trick for us. Or removal or something. We'll play our Mirror Mage, which allows us to bounce stuff. You know, if we're in top deck mode, it gives us a way to start bouncing things, which is pretty nice. You'd have to return 3 lands, so you take a pretty big tempo hit, but it's a nice activated ability in the late game for sure. We go to 14. Play a Spirit that we can rend, please. Yeah, I think I'm going to rend that. It slows down our game plan too much. And I can play Cruel Deceiver and Rend Spirit this turn, so I'm going to go ahead and rend it. He also doesn't get a Soul Shift trigger right now. Is this not an arcane spell? It's not. I thought it was. I guess it makes sense that it's not. Rend Flesh is, but the card that kills spirits probably shouldn't be an arcane spell. So I didn't get my arcane trigger there. Doesn't really matter right now, though. And we'll play out another 2-1. And we'll give Fear to this guy. If our opponent has Hideous Laughter, we're going to be pretty sad. He's going to be laughing hideously at us because our whole board just is gone. And it would be a good card to side in against us. We don't have that many creatures who can survive a Hideous Laughter. So we play our Sire this turn, give Fear to something, get in for at least 2. All right. Getting in there. I think we take it. There does come a point where it's probably okay to block and trade, but I don't think we're there yet. I think it's when we're at like 4 or 6 because he does have Kodama's Might. So Okay, double cutthroat. That's a little. It's getting a little tense. And be foul. Okay. All right. That was a pretty good turn from our opponent. But this is still a race we win. I think we get in there. We swing with the guys now for 5, and then we play Gibbering Kami. Which means we can block one of these guys next turn if we have to. And yeah, and I probably will maybe. How much pump is there in this format? I mean, I'm gonna block. I'm gonna kill one of them. I think it's too dangerous knowing our opponent, what our opponent has had. All right. I mean, he's gonna be put in a situation where he has to block here. And we can actually give him one of the creatures fear anyway. Teller of Tales or Sire of the Storm. Probably the Sire's better to play. So he's going to have to use up a trick defensively here or else have some form of removal. Or just block and lose his Kami. All of which I think I'm okay with. Does he have a trick? He might. If he has something like Rend Flesh right now, or I guess Rend Spirit is what he... No, Rend Spirit's not an arcane spell. If he has an instant speed, nope. Looks like that worked out for us. All right. I'd say we're in pretty great shape right now, barring like something crazy from our opponent. Okay, he may actually just be able to explode for 10 right here, I guess. Otherwise, why would he have done that, right? That'd be bad. Okay. I guess he was just... Is there something that can kill me right now? Okay, good, there's not. I was a little concerned. And we actually can't kill him immediately either, so... So we'll give the Cruel Deceiver fear. Yeah, him gaining 2 life there was actually pretty big. I'm just going to attack with my Deceiver. I think now I'm willing to trade my Kami to try to stay alive here. All right, we got there. We won game 1 on a glitch, which isn't ideal, but our opponent can apply for reimbursement. Luckily they let you do that. But we were just one step behind him, and in game 2 we managed to win without a glitch, so that was nice. So on to round 2. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.